Welcome to this episode of the $1 Million Mastermind. I'm Larry Weidel, and before we get started, if you want to know exactly how to win again and again, go to weidelonwinning.com/webinar now to watch something I've put together for you. Now let's get going into this episode of $1 Million Mastermind. All right, I am back with Neal Gurfein. And where are you, Neal? Where exactly in Los Angeles are you, or California are you?
Glendora, California, Southern California, Glendora.
Glendora. And have you always lived there?
No, I grew up in the San Fernando Valley, and we got in business for ourselves, and the journey took us out a little east to Pasadena, and we kind of found a beautiful home in about 15 minutes east of Pasadena. And the metrics of our business today, especially during this pandemic dynamic, has just exploded now in 52 states and just has erupted like never before. And it all started with a foundation. See, everybody, Larry, wants to be in the penthouse, but they don't understand that you got to be in the lobby first. And I think the key, by understanding you need to be in the lobby, as metaphors here, the goal then from the lobby is to get to that second floor and meet me or meet you, Larry. And what happens is they find out the elevator doesn't work. So now they have to actually physically take the stairs to meet us on the second floor. And that's the first win. That's the first belief level. That's the first dynamic that they get the credit because they've done the work. They become, a productive person in our business. They're competent. They know what to say, how to say, when to say. And it's because they met us halfway. And that's just an analogy. That's just kind of how it works. And you'll see a lot of people, like you said, like lies are sugar-coated, and they finally get a cavity and they get a stomach ache because it's just poison, because they're told that they can go straight to the penthouse and there's no such thing. And when you go into a lobby and you meet on this, there's worthiness. Every little choice is because of failing forward, because what happens to you happens to everybody. It's how we respond to what happens to us that's going to help us or understand what's going on. And I think that failing forward is important. We've had more failure than wins, Larry, in our 26-year journey. And we're excited about all those, not because we had it happen to us or we had to go through it, but what came out of it. And that's where the character came. That's where the self-esteem came. That's where the belief level came. That's where the abdominal spirit came. That's where the significance and the Midas touch and all these things that we've had on, 212 and of water, and it just put us in the arena of nothing but results, Larry. And it's all because we never quit. It's all because if it's to be, it's up to me. And we realize that, look, if this is the worst thing that's going to go on, it's not that bad. And we got a mindset of putting a price tag of, we get through this is going to be worth $100,000. When we get through this is going to be worth 300, because the worthiness that maybe the next person wouldn't be willing to do. And I think that really started becoming contagious. And we started getting excited that it wasn't easy. We got excited that life is not fair. We got excited to understand that we will continue to be up in a down world, Larry. And I really think that's a big key.
And let's talk about come back to the PDR, because that's kind of emblematic of the kinds of things that you did on your own that you didn't have to do, nobody told you to do, but there's something extra you could do to give yourself a sharper edge to go out and meet the world. So talk about the PDR.
Well, it was just practice, drill, and rehearse. And I think that by doing that and burning the midnight oil, we became pretty much 2% of the country, because everybody wants to watch TV. They want social media. They want to go do those things where weird's wealthy and normal's broke, because what we were doing was things that didn't make sense. We're learning what to say, how to say, when to say in our industry. We became competent. Our belief level started to rise, because what we were hearing, we were practicing, and from practicing, we were applying, and we started getting results from the practice, from applying, and it just got more confident, and we emotionally believe in what we do and what we stand for and our opportunity. And because of that, it will drive you to that next level. And it's always about that next level, Larry.
And talk about thinking outside of the box. I mean, all of this is related to thinking outside of the box, and doing things that most people won't do. And one thing that was a comfort to me early on, some of these concepts that we're talking about, the earlier you can get them in your mind, the more you can tailor yourself and expect the different things that you would otherwise not even think reasonable. But one thing I heard that was very exhilarating was that ideas are a dime a dozen, but the people who use them are priceless. And
Yeah.
also that good ideas don't care who use them. You can have the biggest immoral pervert in town, but using the right systems, working hard, this with a good product and everything, but and beat you. So and you look at it and say, how can that? And I used to coach our team, Neal, and say, look, don't, because there's always role models in any company, any industry, sleaze bags, or like how can they be so successful, like, please, God, why, how? This is not right, it's immoral, and here we are, good people, and they were getting beat by these scumbags. But the thing is that I used to tell our guys, do not look at the bad things the scumbag's doing. Look at the good things, because if he's winning or she's winning, whatever it is they're doing right is so overwhelmingly powerful that it overcomes the sleazeback side of what they're doing, and they're
Yeah.
winning anyway. Winning is doing more right than you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
It's the scales. And
Well,
so I said, look for what they're doing right, because they're doing something right and they're still winning. Hey, listen, there's a lot of information online, but there aren't a lot of people who've actually done something. In my case, I've actually built a successful business that's accrued over $5 billion in assets under management and has done well even during trying times. Now, if you want to know exactly how I've done this, go to whiteelmwinning.com/webinar now. I've compressed a decade of learning into 5 short weeks just for those of you who want to give yourself an incredible advantage and are tired of waiting and watching others move up.
yeah. Larry, it's such a good point, because it's kind of a nicer way of cleaning that up is like, take the best, leave the rest, right? And it's like, at the same time, I think when you're a good example and you do all you can do is all you can do, and you could take a horse to the water, but they got to drink it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could create the environment, you can be the example, you have the inspiration, you have the description for all their diagnoses because you've gone through it. So proof's in the pudding of your own heartbeat. But most times people, they're going to come in and just based on the wins they've had before the opportunity in their journey in their careers, and they see an opportunity like this where they could be a business owner, where they could increase their value in the marketplace, their strengths and weaknesses, Larry, are going to be exposed. And that's the biggest benefit right there is, I'm able to work on my weaknesses daily as I capitalize on my strength. And I think that when people understand that you don't have to be perfect. There's nobody perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what makes us human beings. And that we can, continue to go after it, grow, and learn from genuine mistakes and take responsibility of those mistakes. I think that kind of cleans up a lot of bad business behavior out there. And I'll say one other thing, nothing negative lasts forever. And that part I learned as well is, we work harder than most, we've done more than most. And it's just the way the cookie crumbles. It's just the way the ball bounces. And it's how you kind of, bounce back up when things aren't going the way you want it to go. And it's just kind of rolling with the punches. And then what you find when you start to have success is you've had more failure than success. I mean, when you're talking about off the field, like you think about, for an example, Michael Jordan would shoot 2,000, 3,000 free throws a day. You know what I'm saying? For 4 quarters in basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tiger Woods would hit 2,000 golf balls a day. And you look at how many PGAs or how many rings Michael Jordan has, or, it's those things that you do off the field that's going to give you the worthiness of the rewards that you receive on the field. And I think that will give people a lot of value. And I think at the end of the day, people want to be around positive, excited, enthusiastic people. And some people just need to learn that mistake and come full circle and take responsibility of it all and appreciate the huge wins and fruits of their labor.
Well said. I couldn't say it better. That's a fantastic insight, and you kind of kicked it off beautifully where you said going from the lobby to the penthouse, which is what everybody wants to do. You know, there's stages, there's steps, and nobody is born in the penthouse unless you're, Baron Trump or something like that. You can be born in the penthouse, but you're not going to stay there by yourself. You
Right.
get out on your own. You got to fight your way up. So thanks so much. This has been an exciting segment. Lots of good stuff. Look forward to talking again. And next time, Neal, I'd like to talk about the life, how the life changes, and the rewards. Because it's not all work, and the things you learn automatically get applied to how you approach other areas of your life. And it's not just like your business grows, but you can have positive, productive things happening in other areas of your life. So let's hit that one next time. Fair enough?
Fair enough. This has been great, Larry. Thank you so much. This is fantastic. I really hope that some of the things that I share can impact and inspire people and help them.
I know you are changing lives as people listen to this, Neal, as always, by the way.
Awesome.
Thanks so much. If you enjoyed what you've heard and are dead serious about finding out for yourself exactly how this works in the real world, I've taken the most valuable business lessons I've learned over 40 years and put them into something for you to watch. Go to whiteelementwinning.com/webinar now in order to move up as fast as possible. I'm Larry Weidel, and I run the $1 Million Mastermind. Go, go, go.